Hey everyone, welcome to the pre-work for Module 3 of the CLP. We'd like you to do this pre-work exercise where I'm going to ask you to reflect on your own behaviours at times of intense pressure. So press pause here, grab a pen and a paper, open somewhere where you can write some notes, find yourself a space where you're undisturbed for the next 10 minutes, and press play when you're ready to go again. Anytime through this video, you can pause to reflect, take notes, write down any thoughts, and press play anytime you're ready to carry on. So I want you to think about times when you've found yourself under intense pressure. It can be one time that's coming up for you. It can be a number of times that's coming up for you when you've been under intense pressure. Think about what was going on, who was involved. You might want to visualize the situation. Think about how you were feeling. Think about how you responded, how you were behaving at that time as you move through the situation. And when you're ready, you can carry on with the video. So thinking about yourself at these times of intense pressure and using a scale of 1 to 5, where 1 is low, I want you to score out of 5 how much the following behaviors are present for you when you're that under pressure. So the first behavior, when you're under this intense pressure, how much do you feel the need to please others? So score yourself out of 5, where 1 is low. How much do you feel the need to please others? So an example might be you feel like you need to overcommit yourself. You need to do what you think everybody else needs you to do. And perhaps that comes at a cost of you doing your own work or BAU. But how strongly do you feel the need to please others? Scale that out of 5. So again, thinking about these times of intense pressure for you, on a scale of 1 to 5, how much do you feel the need to be strong? And this is not how strong are you? This is how much do you feel the need that you need to be strong here? You need to demonstrate strength. And so you show resilience and you show confidence. And maybe you might find it hard to collaborate, showing that you can do this yourself. But perhaps you also find it harder to cope in private. So how much do you feel the need to be strong? Score that out of 5. So still thinking of times you feel under pressure, on a scale of 1 to 5, how much do you feel the need to hurry up? So how much do you feel the need to move quicker, to accelerate? Perhaps you might feel impatient here. Perhaps you don't stop to pay attention to the details. You want to move things with a sense of urgency. Next one, so on a scale of 1 to 5, when you're under intense pressure, how much do you feel the need to try hard? How much do you feel the need to try hard? You're motivated, you're always available. You go into doing mode and you're trying really, really hard. Perhaps you might struggle to prioritize here. Perhaps you might find it hard to ask for help. And the final behavior on a scale of 1 to 5, how much do you feel the need to be perfect? So this need for perfection, for it to be just right. Perhaps that means you spend more time in the detail. Perhaps you might procrastinate more. You put off making decisions because they're not quite perfect. Perhaps you have a sense of anxiety around it not being quite good enough. So you've got 5 behaviors there that you've scored yourself out of 5 for how frequently those behaviors show up for you under pressure. So reflective question number 1 here is taking a look at your scoring. Which of those behaviors occur more frequently for you under pressure? So you might want to put those five behaviors in order, high to low. So the 4 and 5s out of 5 at the top. Which behaviors occur more frequently under pressure for you? Just make a note of those. Now, the 5 behaviors that you've scored on are based on psychologist Taibi Kahler's 5 drivers. Kahler identified 5 common drivers that motivate us. And the 5 drivers tend to become part of us from an early age, perhaps from childhood, as a result of messages from our key influences. So those could be our parents, our carers, our siblings, our teachers. And these drivers live in our subconscious and can lead to positive as well as destructive behaviors. Now, these behaviors can be activated when we feel challenged or under pressure. They can be part of our coping mechanism in such situations. And you will probably not display behaviors connected to all 5 drivers, but you may find some are stronger than others. Now, by raising your self-awareness of which drivers are at play for you under pressure, you can manage the positive or the destructive nature of the resulting behaviors and therefore manage a more constructive and effective leadership style under pressure. So here's your second reflective question. If you have been able to identify the drivers that have a tendency to activate when under pressure, what are the signals to you that that behavior has been activated and has gone from being positive to a less constructive behavior? What are the signals that that driver is at play for you in an unconstructive way? So perhaps the hurry up. Perhaps the hurry up is okay under pressure to a certain degree because it keeps you engaged, it keeps things moving. But perhaps there is a signal, there is a moment you know when that hurry up behavior is no longer helpful. It's no longer serving you, the people around you, or the project or the situation. What is that signal? What's going on for you? Maybe it's a thought, a feeling, a behavior. How do you know when that driver has gone into overdrive? Because when you know those signals, you can manage yourself to respond more constructively under pressure. So think about the signals of when those behaviors are at play for you, but in an unconstructive way. And so by managing your key drivers, you can retain balance for yourself as well as those around you. And this is all part of gaining a deeper understanding of who you are and why you are that way. And with this understanding, you can start to drive growth and change. So take note of your reflections to both of those questions. And in module 3, Asma and William will pick up on the theme of key drivers and influencers. And I'll see you next time.